Hey y'all, welcome to Cuppy's Crochet Cove, where today we will be making some grapes. There's a tiny little hair here and it's getting on my nerves. I had to get it out of the way. So, grapes. And usually, for small and we're working in the round, usually I know I do a magic ring in it, but I'm not, because this is just aggravating. Too aggravating to do. I've done this over and over and over again, and this is the best way I found. So with your purple or green, whatever shade you want to do yours in, you can do it in green, purple. I didn't even think about the green until I saw this here, but this is for something else. We'll get there. We're going to start off with our slip stitch and chain 2. 1, 2. And I know normally I'm saying, and I'll get back with you at the end of the stitch marker. So on this one, I'll tell you, a stitch marker is optional, but I'm going to try and do this all in one take because it's, well, you'll know. So chain 2, and we are going to single crochet into the first chain 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, polyfill, stuffing, whatever, that is optional. I'm not going to do that. So 4 in and counting back, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully this doesn't flip and flop on me the way it has been, but we are going to single crochet 2 times. This is why I said it's, once you get going on a few, it does get easier, but it's hard. I'm trying to do it on camera, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to slip stitch, well, not slip, single crochet 2 into the first, single crochet, got it. And I'm going to crochet over this tail here. So, because, yeah, I'm not going to sew it in. So 2 into that, and into each around. So I'm just going to count so I'll know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait a minute, into the next one. I don't want to put 3 into the same one, and I'm counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, not perfect. I don't know. I think I go somewhere. I don't know. Don't care, because it's all going to look the same by the time we get done anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to half double crochet into that very first stitch. Making sure I get the tail in, because I mean I can cut it later if it's poking out, but I really don't want it to. So half double crochet into each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see I'm trying not to crochet tight. I'm pulling it up to make them a little more bulky. 5, 6, 7, and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I did do 8. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know I didn't. Well, whether I did, whether I didn't, it's all going to be the same anyway. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure I'm where I need to be. And if I'm not, it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's just not one of my things, but I wanted them made. So now we're going to half double crochet 2 together 4 times, but I'm counting mine out, so mute me if you want. I just want to get this done all in one take. 1, it'll go into there. 2 together. 3 It doesn't want to go through both. I can live with that. 4 5 6 7 8. Now, slip stitch into the next one. And now your hole is pretty much closed. Cut your tail. I guess I always end up cutting too much. So I'm guessing that is about, okay, more than 6. That's maybe 8 inches long. You don't need that much. And I shouldn't have cut it that long, but I did. Thread your needle. And looking for something to go into. Okay, going into the next stitch, just 1 back loop. And earlier mine I had 2 places, so I'm just going to go over that one more time. And then I'm going to go through the middle of these 2 little stitches. Pulling it a little, but not too much. Now I'm going to go in through what I believe to be is the center and coming out the center of the bottom. Give that a little tug. See how it's kind of going into a round shape? Now cut your string, yarn, whatever you call it. I call it string. And it's kind of loopy looking, squishy. Take it in your hands. Just ball it up a little bit, squish it, smush it. And there you go. Now, once you make a whole bunch of them, this is where the green yarn comes in. I don't know what this is called at all. I just know that I didn't really like working with it, but I wanted a thin yarn. So at the end, this is what I'm doing with mine, because you know the vine in them. So I had used I don't know, this is whenever I was trying to work on the pattern. So some of them are this size and some of them are not. But to get that same effect, if you can, I am not good with working with small things and tiny little hooks. So what you can do is change your hook size and you'll get different size grapes. And if I can find my other hook that I'm looking for my, what hook am I looking for? I have everything written down and I'm losing it. I'm looking for my F hook, and this is not an F. Aha. I think this is, nope, this is an E hook. Well, fooey dooey then. I guess we're going to be working with the E hook. You can do an E, you can do an F, you can do a, sorry, this is a 3.5 to be specific. That doesn't have a number on it. This is also 3.5. I don't know what I did with my hook, so we're doing this. We're doing it. So, if you want at the end, because I don't like the way that this turned out for my little demonstration, so I'm going to just do this right quick, because I do want a twirly whirl thing on the end like you see on a grapevine. I'm going to chain 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I'm going to pretend that I have 20 now. So for the twirly whirl, you're going to single crochet into the first hook for into the chain for 1. 2 single crochets into that same, and then 1 more for 3 single crochets into the same one. And in the next you're going to do the same. 1, 2, 3, and eventually what's going to happen is while you're doing this, it's going to really start curling. So best thing I can tell you is, like I do, I keep mine pinched, because once you really get to going, it's going to twirl and twirl, and it's going to be in your way. So you just push that down and keep going, and eventually this is what it'll look like. But I also wanted a little tiny leaf, so I'm doing my little twirly whirl. We are going to make a slip knot using that same hook, because you know, I want a cute little leaf. You can use a larger hook, a smaller hook, a hook. And my yarn is starting to kind of get worn a little thin here, because before I came on camera I was playing around with it, trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. So it's getting nice and splitty and fringy, and anyway. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Single crochet into the next chain, or the second chain from the hook, and you're not going to go through 2, only the top, or whatever it is, just that 1 loop. Oops. And in the next one we're going to do a half double crochet, not the same, next one now. Half double crochet, double crochet in the next, bloop, 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 double crochet in the next, and half double crochet in the next, half. I almost did a double there. And a single crochet in the last one. Now, here's your choice. You can keep this tiny and kind of hide your tail later, whatever, or, because I didn't think about doing this before, I think this is prettier than the other way, but I don't know. I'm going to do it different. Anyway, single crochet into that same stitch where you just did your single crochet with a nice little yarn split going on. I do not like this yarn, but this is not, I love this yarn because I do love that yarn and it wouldn't do this to me. So single crochet into that one and do the same exact thing you did on the other side, just opposite. So into the next, like front loop only, I guess that would be what that one is. You're gonna half double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, not together. I'm just trying not to bore y'all. So there's 1, and into the next 2 with a nice little yarn split trying to happen. Half double crochet, if I can get it in there. If I have to force it, I will. Not that y'all should, y'all shouldn't. I'm just trying to get this over with. So that I can get back to crocheting, because I've got a lot more grapes I want to make. And a lot more things that I want to get to other than crochet. Who am I kidding? Crochet. And single crochet in the last. With a nice little yarn split going on. Give it a little tuggy. And now I'm going to go into the front loop while my yarn's, again, trying to split. That's why I say I don't like this yarn. And I'm going to slip stitch. Now for the little tail, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can slip stitch into the next 1, 2, 3, or you can do what I'm doing and single crochet 1, 2, and 3. Looking for my scissors. Cut your yarn. Pull that right on out. I'm trying to get that brown to stay over there. Thread your needle. Thread your needle. Stop splitting. Man. And I know it looks kind of goofy because I have this piece of yarn sticking out, so I'm trying to, okay, pull that tight enough. Going through the back loop. Sewing in that first, trying to pull it tight. So that little stem, I finally remember what it's called. And we're just going to sew all the way up, back and forth, to get that sewn in. Good enough for me. Cut this, and this little piece here that is bugging me to bits. Ooh, I'm liking that. I didn't do that before. Just pulling it. And then cutting. Okay, obviously it drew my tail in. But to me it seems like it gave it a little bit more shape to it. So there we go, a nice little leaf. I like the other side better. But anyway, once you've made your grapes and your leaves and your twirly whirl, you can see what I did. I know I showed you before, but this is all I did. I just want to string mine up, and what I'm going to do at the end, once I figure out how long I want it to be, I'm going to just make it, well, no, now that I'm looking at it, because earlier I was just thinking on it, what I'm going to do, more than likely, I'm going to take this and I'm just going to sew in and out here on the bottom just to make sure it's not going to slip off the end. And if these slip and slide on the string, that's fine too. Or what you can do is make your grapes, if you want a bunch, literally a bunch of grapes, with the same concept as stringing it up. Take your green yarn with your grapes on it and start off making a circle, a large circle, and then a smaller one, and then a smaller, and then a smaller, until you have your bunch of grapes. Then at the top, you can make your leaves, you can make your twirlies, and what I did here on this one, like I said, I'm gonna forget this one because I thought it would be cute to make a leaf and just say, nah, let me do the lazy way, chain, and then twirl it up towards the leaf, and I just don't like how that looks. So I'm not going to do that, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go make a bunch more grapes, and I'm going to string them up, and I mean, these are not the best, but anyway, I was getting there. But I appreciate you all for joining me today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring my little bell. You know, show my bell some love. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is in your neck of the woods, and God bless you all. Bye.